Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here with me this afternoon. This is Pinkie the Housewife, and I'm carrying this on two of my channels today, Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. Um, Everybody know it's a big, massive protest going on all over the country today. It's the No Kings March, No Kings protest, should I say, or march, whatever one you want to say, but it's No Kings. We are in the U.S. We don't have a king. Okay. We don't have kings here. We have presidents. Okay. So people are taken to the streets today to fight back. People are taken to the streets today to stand up, to let their voices be heard. Okay. So this is all across the country. There's massive protests. And when I say massive protests, they are all over the country today. Today is Saturday, October the 18th. I just want to make sure I said it right, October the 18th. So we're going to go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Let me just say right quick, welcome to the Pink House. Hit the live button, guys. By hitting that live, that means that's to let you know that YouTube would recommend my videos to more people out there. Make sure you all hit that like button coming in. That's very important because we want everyone to see this video. Not everybody watch TV. Not everybody listen to this or that. So we want to make sure as many people to hear this as possible. So subscribe to the channel as well. If you have not subscribed to either of my channels, please do so today. Once you get in, go ahead and subscribe to Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. I do want to say thank you all for doing those things for me. And let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. We have live today, no kings in this country. In the USA, we don't have the kings going on. And if we do, I guess I was under a rock and didn't know it. Or I guess all of us didn't know it. Okay, the protest is going on across the USA today. And you can see this is everywhere. You name it, it is everywhere in a city that you live in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me see. This is one speech I did want you all. I want you all to hear this right quick. I was listening to it today, and we're going to go live too. Some of them are. A lot of are still going on. It's been going on all this morning. Sorry, I just happened to get out. This is the DRM news, and here we go. Everything will be down in my description box below my video, okay? So we're going to go ahead and listen to this because I think you want to hear him speak as well. I know I was loving it. Oh, you mean, it's not muted nowhere.
Washington, D.C., are you ready? Here we go. Please welcome the senior senator from the great state of Vermont, the Honorable Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. And just go to the left side.
Thank you, Washington.
Thank you,
Thank you, Indivisible. Thank you to the millions of Americans.
Thank you, Bernie Sanders.
From our smallest towns to our largest cities, in every state in our country, who are gathering today at thousands of rallies. Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, called these rallies hate America events.
They're not hate crimes.
Boy, does he have it wrong.
You know he got it wrong.
Millions of Americans are coming out today not because they hate America. We're here because we love America. We're here because we're going to do everything we can to honor the sacrifices of millions of men and women who, over the last 250 years, fought and sometimes died to defend our democracy and our freedoms. In 1776, with extraordinary courage, the founders of our country announced to the world that they would no longer be ruled by the King of England, a king who had absolute power over their lives. They demanded freedom. And to bring that about, they fought a bloody war against the British Empire and the most powerful military in the world. Tens of thousands of Americans died in that 8-year war, but our forefathers fought on and they won. And in 1789, after winning that war, they did something extraordinary. They established the first democratic form of government in modern history. They said loudly and boldly to the entire world, no more kings. In America, they said, we the people will rule. And today, today in the year 2025, in this dangerous moment in American history, our message is exactly the same. No, President Trump, we don't want you or any other king to rule us. Thank you very much, but we will maintain our democratic form of society. We will not move toward authoritarianism. In America, we, the people, will rule. When he was sworn in as the nation's first president, George Washington called this attempt at self-government, quote, an experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people, end quote. My fellow Americans, in an unprecedented way, that experiment is now in danger. It is in danger when we have a president who wants more and more power in his own hands and in the hands of his fellow oligarchs. It is in danger when we have a president who claims that peaceful protests in Portland, Oregon, or Chicago, Illinois, is an insurrection, and calls in the U.S. military, and then threatens to arrest the mayors and governors who resist them. It is in danger when we have masked agents working for ICE, breaking down doors, throwing people into vans without due process, and taking them to God knows where. It is in danger when we have a president who sues and intimidates the media, who wants no criticism of him and his policies, and who undermines the First Amendment of our Constitution, the very foundation of American democracy. Our country is in danger when we have a president who threatens to arrest or imprison political opponents who stand against him, including the Attorney General of New York State, a sitting U.S. Senator, and the Governor of California. It is in danger when we have a president who undermines freedom of thought and dissent at our colleges and universities, and who attacks law firms that oppose him in court. It is in danger when we have a president who threatens to impeach judges who rule against him. It is in danger when we have a president who ignores Congress, refuses to spend money that Congress appropriates, and takes away money from states who voted against him. It is in danger when we have a president who demands that states redraw congressional maps to ensure that his chosen candidates win future elections. It is in danger when we have a president who illegally fires tens of thousands of federal employees right here in Washington, D.C. and throughout our country, and rips up union contracts that workers have fought for and won. It is in danger when we have a president who grossly violates the Constitution by
Thank you, Anita, for being here today. Thank you for coming in. And happy Saturday. We're going to hear what, for everybody that's just coming in, if you're in the bushes, please hit that like button and everything. That's going to keep me bringing great content and help YouTube to push my video out there further to more people that may like my content. Now, we're listening to Bernie Sanders, and then there's someone else we're going to listen to. But before we listen to him, the other person, we're going to go out on the street and see what's going on, okay? See what's happening out there in the cities near you.
accepting gifts from foreign leaders, including a $400 million plane from the royal family of Qatar, and then allows that family to build an Air Force facility in Idaho. Well, let us be clear. This moment is not just about one man's greed, one man's corruption, or one man's contempt for the Constitution. This is about a handful of the wealthiest people on earth who, in their insatiable greed, have hijacked our economy and our political system in order to enrich themselves at the expense of working families throughout this country. Yes, yeah, I am talking about Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and the other multi-billionaires who were sitting right behind Trump when he was inaugurated. Remember that? The very same billionaires who funded his campaign, who have bestowed gifts upon him, and who have seen huge increases in their wealth and power since Trump took office. Yes, I am talking about the insanity of one person, Mr. Musk, owning more wealth than the bottom 52% of American households. I'm talking about the incredible injustice of the top 1% in America now owning more wealth than the bottom 93%. I'm talking about the richest people in America becoming much, much richer, while 60% of our people live paycheck to paycheck, struggling every day to pay their rent and mortgages, pay for child care and education, pay for their health care and prescription drugs, afford decent quality food for their kids, and maybe, just maybe, put aside a few bucks for their retirements. I am talking about our nation, the richest country in the history of the world, having the highest rate of childhood and senior poverty of almost any major country on earth. I am talking about our great nation, having 85 million Americans uninsured or underinsured, and 800,000 people who are homeless, including people a few blocks from here. All the while Mr. Musk is on his way to becoming a trillionaire. I am talking about the incredible danger of the richest people in this country pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into artificial intelligence and robotics, which in the next decade will decimate tens of millions of jobs for the American working class. I'm talking about a billionaire class who believe that they have the divine right to rule, and who not only want massive tax breaks for themselves, but who reject any form of accountability or checks on their power. My fellow Americans, we rejected the divine right of kings in the 1770s. We will not accept the divine right of oligarchs today. And now let's take a brief look at where we are today. Where we are today on the 18th day of a government shutdown, which is depriving millions of federal employees of the paychecks they desperately need and deserve. Let me cut to the chase and tell you exactly what this shutdown is all about. As a result of Trump's big, beautiful, disgraceful bill, which made massive cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, 15 million low-income and working-class Americans are going to lose the health care they desperately need to stay alive. And my friends, studies suggest that when you throw those 15 million people off of the health care they presently have, 50,000 of them will die unnecessarily every single year. 50,000 Americans will die unnecessarily every single year. But that's not all. As a result of that same terrible piece of legislation, over 20 million Americans are going to see on average a doubling of their health insurance premiums through the Affordable Care Act. In my state of Vermont just the other day, people received notices from insurance companies that their health care premiums in some cases would triple or quadruple. And that is going on all over the country. At a time when we already pay, by far, the highest prices in the world for health care, millions of Americans are going to see outrageous increases in their health care premiums, which they cannot afford. And why is that happening? Why are the Republicans making a broken healthcare system, a dysfunctional healthcare system, even worse? Why are they bringing our healthcare system to the verge of collapse? We all know the answer. We all know the answer. It was to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to Mr. Musk, Mr. Bezos, Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Ellison, and the rest of the 1%. $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid, and the ACA, $1 trillion in tax breaks for the 1%. That, my fellow Americans, is what this shutdown is all about. And let me be as clear as I can be. No, I will not vote for a budget that throws 15 million Americans off their health care. No, I will not vote for a budget that doubles premiums for 20 million Americans. No, I will not vote for a budget that forces nursing homes, rural hospitals, community health centers to lay off staff and close their doors throughout this country. All to give huge tax breaks to the billionaire class. So today, right now, I say to my Republican colleagues, come back from your month-long vacation.
Not vacation.
Start negotiating and do not allow the American healthcare system to be destroyed. End this shutdown. My fellow Americans, we are the greatest country in the history of the world. And when we stand together and don't allow demagogues to divide us up, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. Yes, we can create a vibrant democracy by ending Citizens United and not allowing billionaires to buy elections. Yes, we can join the rest of the industrialized world and guarantee health care to every man, woman, and child as a human right. Yes, we can build millions of units of low-income and affordable housing and allow our younger generation to enjoy the American dream and own a home of their own. Yes, we can make public colleges and universities tuition-free and have the best child care and public school system in the entire world. Yes, we can expand Social Security so that every senior in our country can retire with dignity. Yes, we can raise the minimum wage to a living wage and guarantee every worker the right to join a union. Yes, we can lead the world in transforming our energy system away from fossil fuels and create millions of good jobs as we save the planet. Yes, we can guarantee that every woman in this country has the right to control her own body.
Ooh, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes, yes, we can have a foreign policy that guarantees that never again will American taxpayer dollars be used to starve children in Gaza or any place else. And now let me raise a question that I have been asked over and over again. You know, Bernie, great ideas, but how are you going to pay for them? Great question. Thanks for asking. And here is the answer. At a time when the wealthiest people in America have never, ever had it so good. At a time when billionaires are paying an effective tax rate lower than a truck driver or a nurse. Yes, the top 1% and large profitable corporations will pay their fair share in taxes. My fellow Americans, the establishment, including the corporate media and many of my colleagues in Congress, want you to believe that you are powerless. They want you to that you cannot change the status quo. But that is a lie. Throughout the history of our country, when Americans have stood up and fought for justice, they have prevailed.
Preach, preach.
When the founders stood up to King George, they were told it was impossible, but they won. When abolitionists fought to end slavery, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
They won. But they won.
When workers organized to form unions and stood up to their bosses, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
But they won.
When women demanded the right to vote, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
But they won. But they won. They won.
When black Americans fought to end segregation, they were told it was impossible, but they won. When the LGBT community stood up for their rights, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
They won.
Brothers and sisters, they did it then. We can and will do it now. And how do I know? How do I know that we will succeed? Take a look at this huge crowd right here in our nation's capital.
Huge crowd, guys, all over the country.
But it is not just here, as I understand it. Today, October 18th, 2025, there are more people out on the streets in more communities all over our country than we have ever seen in American history.
Woo! That's big. That's profound.
Brothers and sisters, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Together, when we stand united, when we don't allow Trump or anybody else to divide us up by the color of our skin or where we were born or our sexual orientation, when we stand together, we will create the kind of nation that you and I know we can become. We can and will create a nation devoted to freedom, justice, and democracy. Thank you all very much.
Okay, Bernie Sanders. That was Bernie Sanders, guys. He did a remarkable speech. Good job, Bernie. Bernie. Bernie Sanders still got it, guys. He outliving all these presidents. Y'all see that? Y'all hear that? Ooh, Bernie Sanders did it. And I think somebody else will be coming up.
Washington, D.C., are you ready? Here we go. Please welcome the senior senator from the great state of Vermont, the Honorable Bernie Sanders.
Okay. We already started working with Bernie Sanders. I just love the music. Okay. There's someone else also I want you all to see. But before we see that, we're going to go ahead and pop over and see what's going on the streets today. I've been trying to let me see. This one here, it's live too, but for some reason, let me just pull it up, guys. This is ABC 7, Chicago. Chicago, it is stepping big. Chicago ain't playing with nobody. Now, you all see that it's live, right? Let me just see what's going on here. I've been trying to, let me see. I think something happened. I can always come back to it. Let me go back this way and see what they was doing. We're going to see what they, look at the people marching in Chicago, guys. Y'all see that? This is historic. It is. It reminds me of Barack Obama when he won the presidency. It reminded me of Martin Luther King when he did his speech. This is what that reminded me of, a Martin Luther King, a Barack Obama. This is what this reminds me of. And it's not muted, guys. They're just, I guess, showing you from the sky. Look at the people. I'm going to bring this in wider so you all can see it. It's not muted or anything. Y'all can see that? You see that? This is massive. I don't even know what to say for it myself. People are just packed and tight and this is just not just right here. This is all over the country, guys. You got New York, you got Chicago, you got Texas, everywhere. You name it, they are protesting. No kings are allowed. We don't have a king. Oh gosh, people are coming to the streets because you got to remember, we got a person that want to become a dictator. We don't have dictators in this country, in the U.S. We have no kings in the U.S. We have, I guess, you know that saying that people have been saying, F-O, I'm going to just say it, fuck around and find out. Yeah. They call it the F-A-F-O. F-A-F-O. Okay, we're going to come back to them, okay? We're going to come back to it. And we're going to come back. But you see how peaceful the march is. Don't let nobody confuse you. This is not a hate march. This is not a hate protest. This is none of that. This protest is not for hate. This march is not for hate. This march is for no kings in the U.S. Okay? So don't let somebody try to twist your mind or get you to say, oh, okay. No, it's not okay. So we're going to come back to them. We're not going to leave them, but we're going to see what else. I want you to, let me just do this. I'm trying to make sure I keep track of every outlet that we're using. So that way, that you all can make sure down in my description box, you're able to find this information. It's going to be under credits, okay? Under credits. So that way you'll be able to find it. We got other speakers out there that are speaking, and we're going to get to some of those too. I just want to make sure I get this as well. Oh, you all see the crowd. They got a close view on the crowds. And you don't see people doing anything no more than a peaceful protest. This is a peaceful protest. I don't know why I'm getting my words all mixed up. But let's see. I want you to see what they're doing here. I'm going to bring up another one for you. Hi, Carlton. Thank you for being here today. We're showing the No Kings protest. It's all over the country. And you just missed Bernie Sanders. He just got through speaking. We just showed his speech, okay? But we're getting ready to show some more from all over the country. Thank you for being here. Let me go ahead and get it up. Okay, let's see. I don't know which. Ooh, Lord, tell me. Look at this. That's Washington, D.C., guys. Look at that. Oh, I didn't see that before. Look at that little.
Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No peace! USA where freedom reigns! No crowns! No peace! This is what democracy looks like! Tell me what.
Oh. Now, let me see. Guy Fox over No King protest in New York City. Oh my God, look at New York City, guys. Chicago was big, but New York is big too. Oh my God. I don't know. We're about the same. I know over in Austin, big too. Texas got big and large protests too as well. And you see how peaceful these are. There's nobody fighting. From what I can see, there's nobody fighting, okay? This is the peaceful No Kings protest. Listen, and they're trying to label it as a hate protest. They're trying to just believe things that's not true, trying to distort things. It false reality, it false narrative that they're trying to think and hoping people will run with it. Oh, guys, there's something else I want you all to see. Let me try to pull it up. I definitely want y'all to see this. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up. Trying to pull it up right now, guys. Okay, I happened to see this morning. Well, when I say this morning, it'd be like in the afternoon. That's still morning time. Y'all see that? Or as you can see. Oh, here it is. Okay, we're going to come back to that. You all can see. Okay, we're going to come back to this. But there's something I want you all to see. This is something I happened to see this morning. Y'all know I wake up a little late, but nevertheless, I want you all to see this. This is very telling, and this strips away everything about free speech and everything. Strips away at the way. Well, this reminds me of like the people in Korea, North Korea. This reminds me of the people in Russia. This reminds me of the people, certain countries, okay, that you cannot speak up or speak out, or you have no voice. All right. So this reminds me of that, where there's only state reporting news, where they only report what they are approved to report. You can't just report anything unless it's approved by you know who. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and let y'all listen to this right quick.
Is going to war against a free and fair press covering the Pentagon. By 5 p.m. today, Tuesday, October 14th, any news media outlet that wants to cover the Pentagon and have credentials has to sign a 17-page document with all sorts of new rules and restrictions, including this one that says Department of War information must be approved for public release by an appropriate authorizing official before it is released, even if it is unclassified. That's saying that nobody in the news media can report anything on the Pentagon unless the Pentagon has signed off on it. That's not what journalism is. As of now, no major news outlet has agreed to these restrictive rules. Not CNN, not the New York Times, not the Washington Post, not the Atlantic. Even conservative outlets like Fox, where Hegseth used to be a weekend co-host, and Newsmax and the Washington Times, even they have balked. As of now, the only media outlet that's agreed to these rules and restrictions is OANN, a very conservative site. Why is Hegseth so afraid of media scrutiny of this government department that is funded by up to $1 trillion of your taxpayer dollars every year. When media outlets have posted their opposition and statements that they are not going to sign this document on social media, Hegseth has responded with a waving goodbye emoji. But the big question remains, what is he afraid of news media reporting on? What is he afraid of people finding out about this $1 trillion agency that you pay for? If the news media were not allowed to report on things going on at the Pentagon unless the Pentagon has signed off on them, we wouldn't know about any number of huge major scandals involving the loss of life of American men and women abroad. And right now there are serious questions about sending troops into cities, about the episodes going on in the Caribbean, shooting boats that the Trump administration says are narco-terrorist boats. So there are a lot of questions to ask, and obviously Mr. Hegseth, who rarely gives press conferences and rarely talks to any news media outlet except for the friendliest ones, a lot of fear about his inability to answer them in a way that you, the taxpayer, deserve.
Now, guys, did you all hear that? Hi, Alice. Thank you for being here. Hello, beautiful Pinkie and chat. Hope everyone is well. I am doing fine. Everybody's, even my co-host, he's doing fine too. He's sleeping right now. So I'm sorry I cannot wake up the co-host, guys. That's Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix is sleeping good. That's why I'm able to do this without my co-host taking over. Because, you know, he loved to take over. But anyway, did y'all hear that? You got to get approval from the Pentagon. You know, they don't let stuff out anyway. They try to keep everything a secret no matter what you want. But you see that? You got to sign a 17-page doc and order. 17 pages. And it's trying to stop you from doing your normal job. A reporting, a news outlet reporting out journalists and newspapers and big NBC, MSNBC, CNN, whatever you want to call it, ABC 7, Channel 8 News. If they got to get all of this, they got to sign that paper. And then they got to, when they do report, they got to get it approved. That don't make no sense. So I'm going to report on something that you are doing, some scandal that nobody knows about. But I got to tell you first that I'm going to do this. So you can say, no, you're not. All those R's need to be in jail. Thank you. You're right. Thank you, Alice. Okay, this don't make no sense. But we're still reporting on what I always have to drop a video. Y'all know I do. That's my video for now. But let's see what's going on out on the street again. We got to keep up with the streets, guys. Word on the streets is no King's protest. That's word on the streets in every country. I mean, in every state in the country. Let me, I'm going to just put my little name in here. I'm going to say no King's protest. This is live, guys. Okay. No, I'm going to do it in caps. No Kings. There it is. This screen is over. Oh, chat is no. Okay, that one is over. Let me go to another one. I guess that one is over now. Let's go to another one. Okay, guys. Let me find another one for us. Let me see. And thank you, everybody that cares and came in into this live so we can because let me just tell you, social media, reality TV on social media, reality TV and all the celebrities from rappers to movie stars and everybody else to R&B singers. we can still talk about them. I could talk about what they just did today and still talk about what they just did yesterday. Something that's in my eye, and I'm gonna wait. Let me see what's going on right quick. Oh, that's still Bernie Sanders. Still they showing him. Okay, let me get out of Bernie Sanders. This is somebody else that's live. Let's see who this is. Alice said all those R's. All those R's need to be in jail. All this going on yeah, he's trying to play golf. He don't give a F about what's going on. Because it doesn't affect him. I'm just trying to see what's in my eye, guys. Is that an eyelash or something in my eye?
To the people right on. Thank you. Thank you. You know, they kept talking about this rumor that Mike Johnson's on Grindr. I don't believe it. You know, I don't think it was his intention to be on Grindr.
Oh, this is
He was
downtown
looking for
out.
Daddy Hunt. You know, he was on the internet. He went right past Grindr. And then he made a left at Scruff. And he went, oh my God, I'm going both ways. I'm so confused. Took you a minute. All right, here we go. One sec. Give us a sec.
Okay, let me see.
Thank you.
Let me see who else is.
Okie dokie. We're good. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Our fathers fought the wars. This is my new record. Freedom, freedom, freedom. With more than treasure stored. We're fighting for. There is no man as we run. I may say.
Okay, we're gonna come back to them. Okay, guys. We're gonna come back to them. Let's see. I want to show you all. I'm trying to cover it from all sides, from all the states and everything. So that way, if you're in the and yes, Alice, I saw what you said. All those R's need to go to jail. And all this issues going on in the U.S. You're right. And chicken orange head, that orange chicken is going to play golf. Yeah. And you know he don't be winning, guys. Y'all know that man don't be winning.
I'm out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I ended up running into a No Kings protest right outside of Midnight Diner. Right now, the chant that the crowd is saying is, hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. We accidentally ran into this protest, but here we are. We're trying to get out, friends. And the people are out here in droves. They are not playing. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Take a look.
Ooh, no, they ain't playing.
I'm out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I ended up running into a No Kings protest right outside of Midnight Diner. Right now, the chant that the crowd is saying is, hey, hey,
Oh, let me go back.
diner. Right now, the chant that the crowd is saying.
All your little excuses.
People are very creative.
Sydney!
And if we assemble like the first.
And I would say a majority of them, in my opinion, voted for him. But when they were trying to figure it out, people realizing it's affecting me and it's going to affect my kids and my grandkids. Oh no! And
All your little excuses. Sydney!
And if we assemble like the first.
we the people, this giving land of the free. And peace. Y'all see that? Peach, we got everything going on. That's done.
All your little excuses.
We got a frog here. We got a frog and a chicken. Guys, these people ain't playing with us. You can watch TV straight. Are they saying F Donald Trump or Click Donald Trump? I don't know. Which one they saying? They're walking down 15th Street from DC, Washington, D.C. I don't know whether they said F Donald Trump, F him, or flush him.
I don't ever no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,
Again, this is the awful thing.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
What do that say? 10-18-25. We say no kings. Ooh, whoever did that. What you said, F DT? I think that's what they may be saying. I think that's what they're saying. You think that's what you're hearing? But
Back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet.
there's a lot of chickens out here. Said there's a lot of chickens. People brought their chicken costumes out here. I don't know if
And God,
it says no kings. 10 million people coming. Are you ready to go? Please confirm your comment. Are you agree? Please follow me. Okay, I'm gonna confirm. I'm gonna hit the heart sign, the like form, and everything. I'm gonna do the music off. Gosh, this is huge. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. This is huge, guys. Oh. See, there's another chicken. People in their chicken costumes. I wonder how everybody remembered to try to wear a chicken costume. Maybe they got a lot of social media that come and dressed in their chicken, or the word chicken was floating around. This is NBC, Philadelphia. 10. This is in Philadelphia, guys. I don't care what state we're in. Or what. See the chickens? Y'all see all these chickens? There's one. Look at all these chickens. Oh my God. The chickens flew the coop. I don't want to hit this one here. Anonymous message for the No King protesters. I don't want to hit that one. Y'all see this one here? Oh. This is within the town. Looks like maybe a small town. Somebody said I'm living in this city. What do we say? What city? Let me see. I'll be saying what this here. It's Michigan. Somebody's saying it's Michigan. A small town protest. Make me cry. Somebody says, standing with you in Orlando. Thank you, everyone in the protest. Sending love from New York. I appreciate all of you who are out there. Please stay safe and thank you. Love to see you. And I said, bravo, America. U.S. Gavin Newsom for president. Small town thing, small town turning out for democracy and freedom from tyranny and racism. Y'all see that yet? That's a small town, guys. Small towns. Hi, PT. Thank you for coming in. This is Black Titanic, guys, official. Omar at Black Titanic. Thank you. Oh, I think that's baby trying to wake up. Ooh, so this is everywhere, guys.
I know you freaking lying. I know you freaking lying. I'm in here trying to get sleep. And they got a damn protest going on. And they got me on the front side of the hotel knowing god darn well I just got off of work. Like, what the hell? I know you freaking lying. Oh, wait a minute. That thing say, impeach Trump. Again. .org. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all might be on to something. Oh, the folk is outside. Oh, baby, they ain't playing out here in D.C. They not playing in D.C., baby. Ooh, but listen, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta go back to work tonight. And they out here protesting. Why did they put me on the front side of the hotel? Oh, that thing said, you see what that say? Fuck Trump. Oh, baby, free D.C. Y'all better do it. I'ma stay up for this. I'ma stay up for this. The folk is out. The folk is out. Okay, they sick of Trump.
Oh, my Lord. This is everywhere. Okay, let's find out what is going on. Again, let me just see.
No kings. A declaration of independence against the tyranny, against lawlessness in the context that there was no rule of law. It was the rule of the king. And I think increasingly people are waking up to the rule of law in this country, increasingly appearing to be the rule of Don. And I hope it's dawning on people how precious this moment is and what's at stake. And so I hope people put a stake in the ground, take the opportunity and time to participate this weekend, but again, do so peacefully with a deep realization of the consequences and what the founding fathers were all about. No kings. A declaration of independence against the tyranny, against lawlessness in the context that there was no rule of law. It was the rule of the king. And I think increasingly people are waking up to the rule of law in this country, increasingly appearing to be the rule of Don. And I hope it's dawning on people how precious this moment is and what's at stake. And so I hope people put a stake in the ground, take the opportunity and time to participate this weekend, but again, do so peacefully with a deep realization of the consequences and what the founding fathers were all about. No kings.
Hey guys, here's Phoenix. He just woke up. He got a bump right there. That's why y'all see that medicine there. Say hi. Look at Phoenix up there, Phoenix. Let me take this down so you can say hello. Hello to everybody. He got a bump up there. That's why y'all see that. Say hi to everybody. You don't want to say look at Phoenix up there. Say hi. Phoenix said, I just woke up, guys. So he's gonna go. Say, give everybody a kiss. Look, there's BT, that Black Titanic, Auntie Black Titanic. Say hello. Say hello, everybody. Oh, he just woke up. Wait, want some of this? Okay. You don't want anything, guys. Okay. Okay. He's gonna Phoenix, tell everybody you're getting ready to go so we can finish watching the show. Hey, phones. Look, see that big bump, guys? Say, Phoenix say, I got a bump right there. And I was trying to put the medicine on it, but he won't keep his head straight, so I just have to do what I can. Y'all see that? See there? Got all in his hair. But that's okay. Look who's saying hi to you. Say hi. So, okay, tell him bye-bye. No? Okay. I'm going to put on a video for you, another one right quick. Oh, not that one. Okay, and see what's going on the street, and then we're going to I'm going to take Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. Okay. Give me 1 second. Huh? Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let me see. Be precious. You know who's speaking to you? That's Auntie Black Titanic. Okay. Let me see what they got going on.
Message, to get across. But this march itself will be down Walker Street towards City Hall, I'm told, at 12:30. Again, these signs are calling for democracy and change. Others with, these creative ways of being able to share their messages. I've seen everyone from longtime activists to families who say they want take part. There is also, I can tell you, a visible police presence out here. I don't know, John, if you can kind of swing that camera around, but around the corners here along McKinney Street, do you see various police officers with their patrol cars on standby? Now, the great thing about Houston is every time we have one of these protests, I can tell you for the 8 years that I've covered news for KG11, these protests usually are very, very peaceful. Organizers tell me that is the key when it comes to sharing these messages, is to do it peacefully, and that will be the same message that they have today as well, to be able to share their voices, but to do it in a peaceful way, which is what we saw last time back in June when 15,000 people gathered outside City Hall along that plaza, around the surrounding streets. Now, we are starting to walk a little bit. It looks like people are preparing to take this march down Walker, so we're kind of walking alongside them. But yeah, the energy out here, I can tell you, seems enthusiastic. I don't hear any chanting yet, but people are excited. They're talking to each other. They've got all those various signs, American flags. They're trying to show patriotism, but also share their message of the concerns that they have. Now, if you might remember, I don't know if any of you guys attended the rally back in June, but when I was there was that large crowd, again, very peaceful. I in fact ran into Mayor John Whitmire and Police Chief Noe Diaz at the time. They were walking through the crowd, shaking hands. It's unclear if they're going to be in attendance today as well, but the big thing that they were praising everyone for the last time around was the fact that everybody was able to do this peacefully and it remained calm. And I'm sure that is the message that they are hoping to relay as well. I did reach out to HPD yesterday to talk about some of the safety measures that they have in place for these two protests that are happening in downtown Houston today. They tell me they are prepared, they are ready to go, and that they will have officers both in uniform and plain clothes to make sure everyone is safe. But as far as this particular rally goes here along Discovery Green, I can tell you.
Let me see. Tell baby to sit, babysit. Yo. Oh, Lord. Oh my God, look at everybody coming out in their little
these protests have already sparked reaction.
Big costumes. What city is this one here? Oh, this is in Austin. Okay. Houston. No King's protest starts following Austin. National Guard deployment. Oh my God. Okay. I'm tired of that. All right. Let's see. I'm going to see who else is protesting. Oh, let me show you all this. I happened to see this yesterday. Y'all know I come across a lot of different stuff, okay? But I want you all to see this. I came across this yesterday. Let me just show it to you. Sorry, guys. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to show it, okay? It's going to be me. Y'all ready to see it? Now, somebody going to take a fall, a slip, a slide, trying to get away from a young woman just asking questions. This is what happened to you when you're doing no good and trying to get away. Here we go. Not that I want him to slip and fall at his age. You slip and fall, it could be devastating. You know, I don't wish that on nobody because I know how it feels to slip and fall.
Excuse me, Senator. My name is Stella. I want to ask, do you support ICE taking working people off the streets and kidnapping them?
Dude.
It's funny what you said.
Excuse me, Senator.
I'm laughing at when he turned around here, whatever he said. The look he had in his face when he did that. That was so funny. But not the fall, but his look in his face when he turned around. I told you I'm always coming up and finding videos to show. Oh my God. Mr. Pinkie is fixing baby, cutting up an apple for baby. They're in the kitchen because baby just woke up. And y'all see that big, he got a bump going across there. And that's calamine that I put on there. And I tried to put, I was going to just do it on the bump, but baby don't hold his head straight. So it got all across his head. Sweet tea, you just missed baby. You just mixed Phoenix. Hello, Pinkie. I'm in the bushes. I hope you saw Phoenix. I'm like number 16. Thank you. Thank you for being in the bushes. Okay, let's see what else is going on with this protest. Okay. Let me see. Now, let me just tell you, this protest is, we got this protest going on, and this is to me no more than them shutting down that government. They're just trying to do everything they can to shut down the government. Y'all know what I'm saying? But they did it, okay? And people are working because they have no other choice, but they're not getting paid. Just think about it. You're going to work every day. You're spending your money and your gas to get there, and then you don't get paid? Ain't that some crockamany stuff? That's some crockamany all across the board. Okay? And not just that. that there's no guarantee that your job is going to be there anyway. This is with WFAA Channel 8 News. This is Dallas Fort Worth area in Texas. Okay, here we go, guys. They're going to give, it's short, they're going to give us a look in what's going on out there. But there's 15 million Americans that's low income or working class people that's barely making it. They're the ones being hurt by this more than anybody, because the rich are still getting richer. While they're losing everything, while they're losing their home, losing their jobs, losing the very roof that keep their family protected and safe. They can't even put food on the table. They got to choose between, do I pay my rent or my mortgage, or do I buy food for my kids and I to eat? Do I buy food for the family, or do I pay for my car payment that gets me back and forth to work? Because I cannot walk there. I have to be able to drive to work. Do I pay the only car that a family of 5 got, a mama, daddy, and the kids? Do I pay our car payment or buy groceries? Do I buy groceries and then send in half of my car payment? Or do I buy groceries or pay my rent today? Or do I buy groceries or pay my rent and don't pay my taxes, my homeowner's taxes, or that's in double? And if I don't do that, homeowners association can slap a lien on my property, my home. If you're buying a home, they can take your home from you. And then where would you be? Do I pay my insurance? Because your insurance is double now. It's going to be, people are, if you haven't gotten it, but people are out there are getting notifications from their insurance saying that the insurance is going to double now or triple, and depends on where you live. Now, if I don't pay my insurance, how would that affect the family? Because I have a child that really needs this insurance, because that child may have asthma, or you may have cancer. Do I need to pay my insurance because I have cancer? Or I'm diabetic and I need my medication. Or I have a back injury and I have to be able to get my medication. Or I have a child, or I have 2 or 3 kids that have asthma and we need our insurance. Because one of them go to the hospital at least a couple times out of the year. Then if you drop your insurance and then you try to get new insurance in the future, all that is maybe considered pre-existing conditions. I don't know. But if it is, then they won't be covered. But if this happened during the time you got your insurance first, and then a major incident happened where you had an accident and you need your insurance because you got to go back and forth to these doctors. You got to get your medication, your pain medication, muscle relaxers. You got to go and get that steroid shot for that back or that shoulder that you had in that car accident. So if I drop my insurance, what do that do for me? If I can't get what I need or get myself taken care of, I can take care of my family. If I can't take care of my family, I lose my job. If I lose my job, we lose the house. If I lose my job, I lose the only car that we got. And it's not like it's a brand new car. It's a car that gets me just from point A to point B and maybe point C whenever I have the gas money. You see what I'm saying? So this is not affecting the 1% or the 4%. It's not affecting none of them. They're getting richer. but it's affecting the everyday people, everyday Americans. You see what I'm saying? What happens when your mama or your daddy tell you, oh baby, they messing with my Medicare, my Medicaid? What happens with grandpa or your granddaddy, your papa in the nursing home? They kicking them out. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they kick them all out? That's another mouth for you to feed, another person for you to take care of. And you definitely don't need mama or daddy with you out on the street, living in a cardboard box because you voted for something you didn't understand what you was voting for, but nevertheless, you voted for it. You voted you voted for this because it's going to hurt other people. You didn't think it was going to hurt you because you was part of the cult. But now you see that it's affecting you, affecting your brothers, affecting his wives, or your sister and her husband and her kids, and it's affecting you too. So only way you got to do is make it right by being out there on that being out there for No King's protest. Yes, you have to make it right. You got to make this right, guys. Okay, I'm going to let y'all listen to this one here. Okay, this is only 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Look at some of the other rallies we're seeing around the country. This is DC, looking at our nation's capital. You can see lots of folks out there, joining this demonstration. We see different flags that are flying out there, and a big crowd out there in DC. I believe we have a look at a couple of other cities. We're going to take a look at New York City here. We have a different view than we had last time. We're able to kind of be on the ground there, walking with the people who are participating. And Rebecca, you just see different signs.
Yeah, Morgan, one of the things that Luke said, now we're going to Philadelphia, we're going to see what's happening in Philly, which had one of the largest marches the last time. But I want to say that that's Philly right there. You can see they had a huge protest back in June. And I just want to say that what Luke said, that, they're basically policing themselves. Mm-hmm. A lot of these organizers are like, do not give police a reason for this, to eventually get out of control. And I did see in the crowd before where they were kicking people out, if they saw that they were trying to cause trouble or stir up some trouble. And so they are really trying to police the crowds out there, at least the organizers. But you obviously sometimes have people that show up and want to try to agitate things. But for the most part, and you can see there in Philly, everything is peaceful so far that we have seen across the nation. I was just texting with some officers in Fort Worth and Dallas. They said everything's very calm here as well. And
one of the things, I know we've got just a couple minutes left here, that we were talking about a few minutes ago is that, on the other side of this argument, we've heard a lot of criticism and a lot of officials saying, that calling these rallies un-American, saying that these people hate America. And the organizers, I listened in on a call this week, said that is not true. They believe, there is nothing more American than protesting, and they're doing this, they said, out of patriotism and wanting to show what they stand for and why they love their country so much. And to your point, they kept emphasizing the need to remain peaceful, to keep away from fitting into any narrative that these are dangerous demonstrations, because that, as they said, would not be accomplishing that goal that they want to accomplish.
And it's interesting because in Austin, I'm not sure where this is right now.
New York City.
That's New York City. In Austin, obviously, Governor Abbott is saying that he has heard of some sort of Antifa type ideology type people coming out there. Antifa obviously is not actually an organization. It's more of an ideology, people that are anti-fascist that come out at times. So he was sitting in the National Guard into Austin. We're not right now seeing any National Guard that I can tell in Philly or New York or Fort Worth or anywhere else here in Texas.
Okay, guys, you all can see that. Let me just pull that back up. That was when Bernie Sanders came up to speak. That was Bernie Sanders that was coming up to speak. Let me just go back ahead. Let me see. There's one I had just pulled up for you all. Let me see, can I find it? No, it's not that one. Where is it? Guys, I'm trying to find it. I just pulled it up. Let me just put it back in here and just do it this way again. Okay. Let me just see. Okay. Trying to get everything together, guys, here. It's not the one that I had before, but this is US Today. I'm going to go ahead and put this one here on, and I'm going to enlarge it so you all can see it. Here we go.
Please welcome Bill Nye, the science guy.
Woo!
We love that song, Hello, DC. Fellow citizens, it is wonderful to see so many of us out here today. We are here for the same reason our ancestors gathered here in 1776. We want our government to run without a king. Our government is based on ideas embodied in the Constitution. Among other remarkable features, it guarantees our freedom to speak, as we're doing here today. Rather than doing one monarch's bidding, we have agreed to form a democracy, to work together, and to follow the laws that derive from it. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. As many of you know, I am a native Washingtonian. I grew up here within the city boundaries. And when you grow up here, the affairs of the federal government are very much a part of your life. I remember well sitting on my father's shoulders and waving to astronauts as we, as a nation, celebrated their accomplishments back in 1964. In 1964, that was the first year my parents could vote for president as citizens of the District of Columbia. We still do not have voting representation in the district. Someday, perhaps. I remember well Martin Luther King's dream and Resurrection City, the plywood structures on the National Mall erected to house protesters who came to town demanding equal rights and opportunities, barely a month after Dr. King had been assassinated. I remember well the Vietnam War. The mall was shoulder to shoulder, much as it is today. Traffic stopped citywide. The protest movement expanded. There were protests around the country, and the war was ended. We are protesting in the same fashion today. Only today, the stakes are higher. Rather than abandoning a war against an elusive, perhaps sometimes imaginary foe, we are confronting the possible end of our republic. We are here to tell our lawmakers that what's going on in our government is wrong. They must stop the abuses of this petulant president and his circle of sycophants. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. This president and his associates cannot tolerate dissent. To them, our free speech is frightening. They are arresting people and denying due process in courts. They tried to silence television hosts. They're trying to fire our
indict civil servants, prosecutors, judges, even their own cabinet members. But in this land, these sorts of actions are not new. In 1776, our ancestors had had enough. They declared independence from a king by means of a document stored safely right over there on Constitution Avenue in the National Archives. Although it was conceived 249 years ago, the Declaration of Independence describes a train of abuses connected with an absolute authority, a king with absolute power. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Their king had refused to honor the law. Their king had refused to let lawmakers be elected. The king had made court judges dependent on his will. They cited the king sending, quote, swarms of officers to harass our people. Their language referred to, quote, cruelty and faithlessness scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous of ages. Their king was trying to, quote, render the military independent and superior to civil power. Our founders even censured King George for cutting off trade with all parts of the world. Did these actions sound familiar? 249 years later, no crowns, no thrones, no king. In short, the founders believed their king was, in their words, quote, totally unworthy to be the head of a civilized nation. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Although the United Nations has been the world's leader, and although the United States has been the world's leader in science for decades, this president and the members of his cabinet even fail to accept scientific facts. Contrary to Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, they do not promote the progress of science. They suppress it to the detriment of our health, well-being, and international competitiveness. It is a formula for failure. How did we get here? It hasn't been one instance of abuse of the power of executive order by this president. It hasn't been just one twist in a court ruling. Instead, it has been years in the making. Enabled by this president, a group of Confederates has worked together to undo many of our traditions and understandings of fairness and of citizens' rights. And they've done this through an odd legal tactic to overwhelm our court system with legal game after legal game, trying to hold or impound money secretly in order to let legal deadlines pass, to pretend that people they don't know, who are from different backgrounds, are somehow not quite citizens and not worthy of respect under the law. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. Let us now raise our voices. We are here demanding a return to the rule of law. Let the world know that we will suffer no king. We will put the United States back on a course to lead the world in fair governance. Together, no thrones, no crowns, no kings. Thank you all. Let's change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome I-Jen Poo, a care advocate and organizer who serves as executive.
For the whole week, I've listened to Republican leadership call me a terrorist. It's despicable. This is America. I disagree with their politics, but I don't believe that they don't love this country. Right? I believe they're misguided. I think they're power hungry. But the vilification of others that this country has adopted right now is just, it's sad, it's pathetic, and it's terrifying.
So. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're protesting, though. I mean, obviously we don't have a king, right? Because they're here protesting. I mean, a king would not let you protest, right? They wouldn't be allowed to do this at all. So, no, nobody here is anti-American. A lot of American flags, I love it. We disagree. So, I think that's really, what it should be about all the time. It's like, let's just agree to disagree.
Millions of Americans are coming out today not because they hate America. We're here because We love America.
Okay, guys, we already seen this part. I was in there working on Phoenix. Trying to get Phoenix a bath. Because he'd been out all day. Phoenix went before that's why he was so sleepy and had to go to sleep. Because he'd been out all day. He'd been out riding lawnmower and everything. He'd been to the store. Phoenix been everywhere today. So let me see. We already saw this one here. This was good for everybody that didn't see it. What says sweet tea blessings. No kings. Got that right, BT. Right, sweet tea. Everybody. Alice Shaw, Carlton, everybody that's in here, guys. No kings. Let me see what she said. I'm glad Black Americans are staying home. I hear that, BT. We have done a lot. We have done a lot. And sometimes, if we was out there, the first thing they'll call in the National Guard. They'll call in everybody. Those little criminals that walks around with long hair and those mismatched shoes and stuff, pretending like they ice. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I don't want to get to. We don't have long to go, but I'm going to go ahead and. Oh, here's one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. Just give me 1 second, guys. That's Phoenix out there, if y'all can hear him. I got it on mute. And we won't be doing much longer because, I'm going to keep it under 2 hours. But then maybe tonight I'll come back and we do a recap of some of the stuff, not just this, but other stuff that's going on in America, okay, as well, along with this. Oh, let me undo it.
John, I would have to guess that what you're hearing today, well, how would you react to what you're seeing and hearing today from folks who have come out to protest the first 9 months of the Trump administration?
This is live. Let me just go back a little. You can see where it say live. Let me see.
Test in San Francisco, as you can see, many people are out. People here began the march from Sue Bierman Park a little after 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's pretty much across from the ferry building on the Embarcadero. They're headed towards Civic Center Plaza, march of about 2 miles from them.
Hello, BT.
Somewhere
it's
down
nice
there,
to see
Darlene,
you.
who has been following this all day.
Who is a force to be reckoned with? Yeah, Brian, so we are at the corner of Drum and Market Street right now, downtown San Francisco. A large crowd here. The No Kings rally. They are about to march from the ferry building all the way to San Francisco City Hall, Civic Center Plaza, basically. And we are...
Guys, I'm glad we're catching this right as they're beginning to march.
The chopper, but from where I'm standing, we are among a sea of people. I'm assuming there are definitely hundreds of people, perhaps even thousands of people right now. We saw a lot of signs, perhaps. You can see right here, democracy over tyranny. Basically, there's no kings. The protesters are saying no dictators, no tyrants. They're very upset with the first 10 months of Trump's second term here in the White House. A lot of folks are pretty much upset with all policies, but they focused on a couple of things in recent weeks. They're saying one big issue is the immigration policy. They're very much upset about that. They're also upset about the threat of sending National Guard to San Francisco. Now, we are live on Channel 5 News. I'm curious, why are you here? You're among the many protesters here. What are some of the issues? What are some of the main things?
Education, the environment, immigration, and I can't even think of them all.
In the first 10 months, how do you feel about his policies? How do you feel?
I think every one of his policies is wrong. Mean-spirited, and it should be shut down.
Yeah, a lot of folks feel the same way as this gentleman as well. They're very upset with his policy, saying that Mr. Trump has taken America back, not forward. Now, they're set to march here any minute now. Again, a big crowd from Drum and Market all the way down to the ferry building. Like I said, hundreds, if not thousands of people here are getting to march any second now. For now, live here in downtown San Francisco. I'll send it back to you, Brian.
All right, Darlene in San Francisco. And as we go back to a live look at the chopper, I just wanted to mention that because these are protests and obviously feelings are running high, that there was a T-shirt in the background, for instance, with a vulgar word on it. We apologize for that, but it's a live news event, and that will happen. Thousands have gathered in the plaza. When this happened back in June in San Francisco, about 140,000 people came out. Those at least were the estimates. today looks like a pretty good-sized crowd as well. They all started at Sue Bierman Park, which is across from the Ferry Building, and we're looking up Market Street from the Ferry Building to the Waterfront Building, and the crowd streaming towards Civic Center Plaza. A walk and a march of about 2.3 miles that will take them down there for what you just heard, which is Don Lynn competing with whoever was making a speech at the moment. So it's at the moment, by the way, from coast to coast, it seems like while many people have turned out from small venues to large cities, about 2,500 protest gatherings in all, there has been no violence. In certain places, like in Texas, Governor Abbott concerned about the National Guard being deployed in Austin, Texas, making sure in that state that no trouble erupts. So far, we have no reports of any trouble at all. Began this morning at Times Square in New York at about 9 in the morning on the East Coast and has spread to the West Coast. Hundreds of thousands, millions, in fact, coming out to express their unhappiness in what is being characterized as a left-leaning group, the No Kings organizers, coming out for the second time this year, 9 months into Trump's administration, to talk about how unhappy they are with the way things are going. Trump, for his part, by the way, is spending the day at his Mar-a-Lago home, where tonight he'll be hosting a $1 million a plate MAGA fundraiser. In the meantime, you're seeing the crowds that are gathered, plenty of them out on Market Street right now. Muni has said in San Francisco that they're obviously going to be deploying traffic around these gatherings. So that's how it looks in San Francisco. And I'm assuming that we're getting ready, at least, to go to Oakland. Is Kevin Coe still unwell? Here you can see the look at the No Kings protests in Oakland. Things got started there just afternoon today. Protesters marched to Lake Merritt. You can see the large crowds gathered there. Covering all of this is Kevin Coe. He is live in Oakland. This march ending up at Lake Merritt, and I'm assuming that's where he is, but I'm not sure. Kevin?
Yeah, well, you got it right. We are here at Lake Merritt, the amphitheater specifically. As you can hear around me, a very, very loud, and I can tell you, a large crowd as well. Organizers here tell me more than 10,000 people. That is their estimation for how many protesters are at today's No Kings March. And I got to tell you, I was here at the No Kings rally/protest in June as well. I can see it. Organizers say they can see it through their data as well. There are far more people here today than in June. I want to give you a quick live look around me right now. As you can see, there are speakers up on stage with, as we said, thousands of people currently sitting here at the Lake Merritt Amphitheater. This actually was an earlier march than other events. As you mentioned, there are events not happening just here in the Bay Area, but across the country as well, all happening at different times. This one here in Oakland started at Wilma Chant Park at around 11:30 a.m., and that march came all the way here. You have to keep in mind the No Kings rally, a little different than the one in June where marchers went to City Hall. We also did have a chance to speak with a couple of speakers that were here earlier today. It was really quick, but I want to show you just how big this crowd is while I continue talking to you. Mayor Barbara Lee was here. Congresswoman Simon was here as well. You'll hear from them coming up later on in our coverage, but I just want you to take a look around Lake Merritt and kind of get an idea, a sense of what it looks around here. There are a lot of tables, different vendors with different social groups and political groups as well, and also just people selling food and snacks of the like, because this is seen as a community event as well. We've talked a lot about safety. There are hundreds of safety ambassadors here in yellow vests and also in bicycles and helmets, making sure everything was okay, and we can report to you right now, everything has been that way so far. Right?
Alrighty, that's Kevin Coe reporting from Lake Merritt over in Oakland, where, as he pointed out, 10,000 people marched back in June. But for today, Kevin says that there's an even bigger crowd. Could be true in San Francisco as well, where last June, 140,000 showed up. Right now, as we look live at Market Street, and thousands of people gathered there. San Francisco city officials said yesterday that they expect the protests to be largely peaceful, like the June event. So far it is. March anticipated to bring thousands onto Market Street. I do have to point out, back in June, the only incident, and it was a tragic one, a 69-year-old marcher was run over by a Tesla during that No Kings protest. So far today, everything seems to be fine. But ahead of the protest, the city's Department of Emergency Management said that it is closely monitoring 911 call volume. And Muni has said that they're going to coordinate transit reroutes through the city, and that's going to impact multiple lines, of course. Mayor Lurie yesterday, for his part, said that he wanted to be very clear. They will always protect the right to free speech and peaceful protest. But he said, we'll not tolerate any violent or destructive behavior. And so far, none of that has been seen in the Bay Area, or as far as we know, and as far as we've heard, it's all been peaceful from coast to coast. And as you're seeing here, along the Embarcadero in San Francisco at Sue Bierman Park, that's the way it's playing out in San Francisco right now. We'll be back with more live coverage of the No Kings protests in the Bay Area when we come back.
I don't know, I was muted. It's a chain reaction. You're right about that, BT. It is a chain reaction. But did you see how many people, the massive people all across the country? This was in San Francisco. This one here, this one is in San Francisco. I mean, Houston. I mean, Austin and Dallas, Chicago, Washington, D.C., you name it, Los Angeles, you name it, small towns, even small towns are protesting. No kings. People are waking up, taking to the street. They ain't just waking up, they are woke. I mean, people are woke and they're not going to put up with what's going on. And I am so happy to see that. I'm so happy to see that they're not going to let a person come in and destroy everything that we have built for hundreds of years. Although it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and deaths and everything. But we're not going back 50 years. We're not going back to slavery. And that's what, in my eyes, seemed like that's what they was promised under the code words that, you know, they didn't expect other people to get, but we got it. We got it. You know what I'm saying? We got it. Black Americans, we got it. Well, some of us did. But that's what y'all voted for. Now you're waking up, and I'm so glad to see that. I am so glad to see these protests. I am so glad to bring this information to you. This jacket is too big. Okay. I'm so glad to bring this information to you all. I'm just so happy to be able to cover this. Let's check out one last time and see it's still going on. And see one last time of what they got going on social media right quick. And then we're I'm gonna take a break for a little while. They got because Phoenix, you know, when Phoenix is awake, he wants you to do things his way. So let's see one last thing what people are talking about.
The No Kings protest isn't about hating America. It's about loving it enough to defend it. For generations, Americans have stood up when power grew too big, when truth was twisted, or when leaders forgot they served the people. This is one of those moments that defines who we are as Americans. We will stand together peacefully, not to divide the country, but to remind it who we are. The No Kings protest isn't about hating America. It's about loving it enough to defend.
Thank you. It's not about hating America. And that's the rhetoric that the other side is trying to put out there. That's what they're trying to do. The Republicans and all the other side of the people that's trying to put out there that is hating America. No. Don't you all believe that cockamamie stuff? Don't you all believe that? No King protest remind me of the George Floyd protest and the BLM. Yes, that's what I said, BT. This reminds me of Martin Luther King, and I said it reminds me of President Obama when he won the election. It reminds me of that, and I forgot about the George Floyd. Yes, that's what this reminds me of. Exactly. I always like hearing what he got.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine. I just got three things to say.
Not him. I didn't mean it. I'm trying to do Jolly right here. And it didn't hit him. I don't know why.
If you're participating in No Kings protest this Saturday, October 18th, I want to congratulate you for using that right to protest, but I think it's just stupid. If we had an actual king, they would not be letting you protest this, and just remember that.
Shit. Some people, you got to just understand, some people ain't got good sense, okay? Some people ain't got good sense.
The original No Kings protest was 250 years ago. Americans decided they didn't want to live under the rule of King George III. They declared their independence and fought a bloody war for democracy. We've had 2.5 centuries of democracy since then, often challenging, sometimes messy, always essential. And we've fought in 2 world wars to preserve it. Now we have a would-be king who wants to take it away. King Donald I. Fuck that. We're rising up again this time, non-violently, raising our voices to declare no kings. I'm Robert De Niro, asking you to stand up and be counted in the nationwide No Kings protest on October 18th. Visit nokings.org to find, volunteer, or host a protest near you. We're all in this together, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did y'all hear what it's? Oh, I enjoyed what he just said. I agree with what he just said. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Whew.
No, Speaker Johnson, the No Kings rally on October 18th is not a hate America rally. In fact, it's quite the contrary. It's a love America rally. It's a rally of millions of people all over this country who believe in our Constitution, who believe in American freedom, and are not going to let you and Donald Trump turn this country into an authoritarian society. It's a group of people who are disgusted that you and your friends want to double healthcare premiums in this country and take healthcare away from 15 million Americans. The right to protest is what America is about. You are not going to stop us.
Join the movement. Thank you, guys. Oh, let me just say, I do want to thank everybody for being here today. Today, I know I did not do anything on a reality star, or I did not do anything on some rapper or musician or R&B person or somebody in Hollywood. Today was about us as Americans. I wanted to bring you all what other people may not bring you. I want to bring you our story, your story, what's going on your street. Maybe you're one of the people that watch me every day. Maybe you're out there protesting. You know, maybe you got a stake in this game. Maybe you're one of the people that lost your job due to Mr. Orange Man, and his best friend that they got mad at each other a couple months ago. If you're not one of the 1%, I'm not talking to you. If you're one of those, if you're one of the 1%, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about everyday people. I'm not talking to the big millionaires, and I'm not talking to the Hollywood people, and I'm not talking to the rappers, because you all got enough money. It may not affect you, but it may affect your family members. It may affect your sisters, your brothers, your mama, or your daddy, or your cousins. It may affect your baby mama that you don't take care of. Or, but I hope this open up a lot of people's eyes that's still sitting on the fence. I hope this open up a lot of eyes, the ones that voted for him, but still couldn't see at the time. Or the ones that is seeing now, but are still afraid to stand up. A lot of them still afraid to come out of that closet and say, yes, I voted for him. But I see now, I voted so he can destroy other people and send them to those shithole countries that he talked about, which is not shithole countries. I'm just repeating what he said so you all can get the message. I'm talking to the ones that finally woke up and see your life is being destroyed too. He's not just rounding them up. He's coming for you too. So a lot of people are out of work now. A lot of people are on furlough. A lot of people just don't know are afraid to answer those emails. Because those emails, meaning when you answer those emails, that means you saw it. That means you're going to be out of work. Yeah. So it's gonna. We still have a few months left. 2 months left in this year. So guys, and we only been through this since January the 19th, and we're still going through it. Short time for all the destruction that coming and came our way, and more to come. Okay, like Cat Williams said, everything will be revealed, and that's what we're seeing today. Okay, guys, thank you all for being here. Blessings to everyone that took part in the protest, No Kings protest. Blessings to everybody that voted the right way. Blessings to everybody, even the ones that's still got their head down in the mud, sucking up the orange juice. All right, thank you guys. And depends on what happens later on. I may come back, but make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, bye-bye.
My bills are paid. I've been grown. I pay